Hello, friends. This is Barry, and you're watching Barry and the PI. We're back out here by the waterfall. We we put this in after we moved in, and really enjoy it. Isn't that nice? I hope you can hear me over this. So I've got my little microphone here. Um, so yesterday we talked about my early years of my life, and I missed. I forgot a couple of things. Is that we had a monkey, and we called him Jocko. It was mostly bought to be a companion with for my older brother who was disabled. And one week, we went to visit my grandparents down in Beaumont, and we were standing out on the porch, and a whole bunch of other kids were gathered around to watch the monkey. And I was standing there. I was only about 3 or 4 years old, and I just had shorts on and a t-shirt, and I was standing on the porch there, and all kids were looking and laughing and stuff, and the monkey came over behind me and pulled my shorts down, and I wasn't wearing any underwear. Well, everybody thought that was pretty funny, and I was just sitting there, the shit-eating grin on my face, and my brother saw it. Oh, came pulled my shorts back up, but that was pretty funny. And another time back in Austin, the monkey stayed in the house most of the time. We had a leash for him, take him out and let him run around and stuff. But he was a good companion for my older brother. And those two just got along great. The monkey sensed that he was different, and was very protective of him, and a real good companion with him. Hang around with him all the time. And one day, the monkey got out, and the monkey took off down the road another block away and climbed up the utility pole, the telephone poles and electric poles. He climbed up that pole, and they called the fire department to come and rescue him. We tried to get him down, but he wouldn't come. He was just having a good time up there. And he's walking up along the lines, electrical lines and stuff, and the fire department showed up and working, figuring out how to get him down. They shut off all electricity in the neighborhood while they're doing this, and reporters from the Austin American newspaper, I think it's Austin American Statesman or something like that, and they ended up doing a big article about the monkey and my brother, and so that was pretty fun. Excitement in a neighborhood wasn't much excitement. So those are some of the things that occurred when I was real young. And then we moved when I was about 10 years old. Uh, I kind of hated to because the girl was living next door to me. She was 11 years old, and she and I had been doing naughty things with each other. Uh, so I hated to move, but we're moving in a new and better house. It was a stone house and a little bit bigger and much nicer over in North Austin, in Harriet Court. For those of you that I went to high school with, maybe know where that is. But it was nice there. There was a girl my age next door. We liked each other and stuff. But, her name was Doris Boyd, and we were just friends. And that was where I had my first wet dream in the house. I was about 11 then, and dreaming of me and Kim Novak. She was a famous movie actress and a hottie, a real hottie. And I woke up and the deed had been done. So that was about the time, when I got into junior high school, Lamar Junior High, parents started having problems, and eventually they got a divorce when I was in junior high. That made me angry at my father. He moved out of the house, and I became a little bit rebellious kind of guy, a kid, young teenager, and I did some stupid things. We all do stupid things at one time or another in our lives, and these were some of the stupidest things I did. One is that one evening, my friend and I, we made some water balloons. You put water in balloons, you know. We made some, and we went down North Loop, I think it was. And they had some tall grasses growing in this empty lot. And a friend and I would stay up there and we'd throw water balloons at the cars driving by. And then we would run into the grass to hide after we threw it. Well, sure enough, we hit one car and went off into the grass and weeds, and this time this guy stopped. Little did we know that we hit a highway patrolman's personal car. Well, he didn't just drive on. He got out and took out after us, and he called us. And he put us in his car, and fortunately he didn't drive me to jail or juvenile detention or anything. He took me home. That's even worse. my mother was not very happy. He came and explained, talked to my mother, and explained what had happened and gone down, and I got grounded. Uh, that's what hurt me, is that it hurt my mother. My mother was a very good mother. She was a wonderful woman, took good care of us kids. After my father left, and she had to go work 3 jobs to make ends meet, put food on the table, and my father didn't do much of jack shit, if you ask me. And so that was probably the first time I came close to going to jail. Or, I've never been in jail. I hauled to the jail as an adult. I'll tell you about that maybe in another video. But so I was embarrassed about it, and that I'm not going to do that kind of shit anymore. And then, but I did do some other stupid things. Started smoking, and one day another friend of mine and I decided we're going to go and get some tobacco. And we didn't have any money, and then we were going, it's on a weekend, or it's in the summer, I think. And then we're going to hitchhike out to Lake Austin and have a good old time smoking cigarettes. And so we went to what is now an H-E-B store. I think it was a Handy Andy or something at that time. And we stole some cigarettes and snuff and chewing tobacco. I'd never had done that, so I thought, well, we'll try it. And then we hitchhiked out to Bull Creek, and we went swimming, and we swam on up Lake Travis. Met some young guys that had a ski boat, and let us try skiing. And then they drove us back up to Bull Creek. And then we hitchhiked on back home. Well, I tell you, snuff and chewing tobacco is bad shit. It has horrible tasting stuff. So I didn't try that anymore. Still smoked, but when I could, get some cigarettes and not get in trouble. My mother did eventually find out that I was smoking, and since she smoked herself, he didn't get too mad at me. But junior high, it was all right. The principal, he was an old conservative, old fart, and he and I didn't get along together. He once referred to me as, "You're heading for be a juvenile delinquent." I'm just a nice guy that does stupid things. That's what I thought. But then he really got, well, when I was 14, I think, or maybe 13, um, I was able to get a driver's license. Uh, None of my classmates had it, was able to do that. So I had an emergency driver's license to honey, let those dogs and their bark at the people walking through the house. They do that. Uh, but they wouldn't hurt anybody. They've never bitten anybody. Uh, so I liked my teachers for the most part. Uh, I didn't like the typing teacher at all. And we had our moment in court at one time. Uh, my social studies teacher, she was young and very pretty. So, yeah, I did have fantasies about her. I figured she would come and, oh, Barry, you're so handsome and you're such a good kid. That's my dream. That's my daydreaming. No, but I sure had fantasies of that happening. You know, you see now today, young guys have affairs with their teacher. That wasn't going to happen back then. This was talking about the 50s. But then when I was in, I believe, the 9th grade, I had driven to school. I had to go and pick up my brother, you know, and take him. That's why I had an emergency driver's license. Well, school's over, and I get out there. Mine's parked out in the street. A bunch of other cars parked along there too. There was a parking area by the school, and that's where the teachers parked. So I get out in the stick shift, I think it was, and I back up a little bit and start to pull out, where this teacher, my typing teacher, unfortunately, come pulling out of that thing and wham, right into the front side of my car. And the police came, and they wrote me a ticket for improper start from a parked position. Yep. So when I got home, and my mother saw the big dent, and I explained to her. And then my father wanted to know all about it, and he said, that's bullshit. We're going to go to court. So that's not a valid ticket, he said. So he objected to the ticket, and I had to go to court. And the teacher had to go to court too, and tell her side of the story. Who's going to believe the 15-year-old kid, or I guess I'm 14, 15 years old, over a teacher and a cop? So we lost. But the principal he was really pissed about that. And he made life miserable my last year in junior high. And then I went to McCallum High School. Uh, I was lucky to have some really good teachers there, but the two that stand out to me is Guy Brazell. He was a speech teacher and drama teacher, and I can't remember her name, which is my English teacher. She was an older woman, but we had a lot of had to write stories and stuff, and I would write stories about her plants that she had down there, and some of her ivies and stuff that hanging down. And I said, who knows, she may be spying on us. I said, might be the Russians or the Soviets may be spying on us. Got the electronic stuff in there, and she enjoyed that story. And she'd come sometimes. She was really nice to me. And she'd pull my ears or something like that. You know, I'm talking with somebody instead of paying attention. She liked me. She enjoyed my stories. And Mr. Brazell, he was a speech teacher, and I was pretty good at that. And he had won the National Teacher of the Year award one year. A wonderful man. He would walk to school and home every day because he didn't believe in cars were just a bad thing. It's polluting the air. Same thing for buses too. But I'd see him walking along. I'd offer him a ride. No, I'm all right. But he really liked me. I was one of his better students. Usually the speeches that I would give were humorous. I'd write stuff about crazy things like a cow. Picture of my great-grandmother's old cow in the field. And I'd get the class would get a big kick out of every time I speak. One time, well, we had a student teacher come in and for a few months, and I'd given some speeches and that, and she told me to stick around for a minute. Don't want to talk to you. What did I do wrong? And she said, after class had cleared out, she said, Barry, when you get up to give a speech, everybody is anxiously awaiting what you're going to do. And they are funny. But would you please give one serious speech? I said, oh, okay, I'll try. And so I did, and I did it about integration of schools, which was a hot topic in the 50s, because we didn't have any. I think we may have had a couple of Hispanics. I don't remember any African American students, black students. It was a pretty lily white school, and I was pro-integration. We should all get to know each other, no matter what color your skin is or what your religion is. We need to get to know each other and study and work together. Uh, so they like that. And matter of fact, they wanted me to have a debate with another student in there who was opposed to that. He didn't want black people or Mexican American people in his school. And I think overwhelmingly won over the students in the class up to my side. And so that was my teenage years. Some good, some bad. And I ended up going into the Navy. And I think partly because I was ready to go join Castro in the mountains in Cuba, because I didn't like Batista, the corrupt dictator. And so that's the beginning of my adult years. Well, this has gone on long enough. I hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed telling my stories about my life. I've lived an interesting life. And damn, I'm older than I ever thought I would be. I didn't think I was going to get to this old. But I'm enjoying myself. The sun's coming about now too, so it's about time I get out of the sun. Y'all take care. Have a great day. Take care of your family. Take care of your pets. And adios, amigos. Hook 'em horns. See you again tomorrow.